Okay. It should be streaming now, hopefully. And no more problems will occur. Let's have to refresh the page. Yeah, sorry about that. For whatever reason, my internet keeps on having problems like that. Anyway, let's continue because this is getting a whole lot more interesting than just some simple slice of life thing. I couldn't exhale the deep breath I had just taken. No, it was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. It was here I first realized the person in front of me, she wasn't Rena Ryugu. Then who was it that was standing before me now? Who had assumed Rena Ryugu's appearance? I had held my breath for too long. I could feel myself suffocating. Right. Then she made a facial expression that Rena normally might have made. It didn't matter that it was Rena's usual smile. It chilled me to the bone. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. It wasn't the least bit it wasn't the least bit exciting. Whoever this was with Rena's face was going to choose my nose right off. I cowered as I imagined that. Then she smirked, as if she was able to see right through me. We also have secrets, just like how Kaiichi-kun has secrets. It was Rena's usual smile, but her eyes were still like that of a hawk, bringing her face close enough to mine to almost bump into my nose. She kindly persuaded me. I couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me, this person who looked like Rena, frightened me to my core. I was terrified, knowing that she could hear the sound of my swallowing nervously. After that, after what felt like an eternity, after a long empty silence, she finally spoke. Let's go. It's getting chilly. It was Rena again, smiling at me once more. She started walking as if nothing at all had happened. When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out under me and I suddenly slumped onto the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Reno was out of sight. Who was that? I felt cold. My body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought and asked myself once again, who was that person who looked like Rena Ryugu? Fuck. Fuck. Oh man, this is getting really good. It's getting really fucking good. I was out of it and couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner except stare blankly into space. I was terrified from Rena going off on me. No, that's not right. That was someone else who only looked like Rena. Then who could it have been? It was a dreadful feeling, knowing that that was someone else, not Rena. So tomorrow I shouldn't have a problem talking to Rena like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting. I concluded that I should just calm down and clear my head. Though those thoughts continued swirling around in my mind. Finally, I returned to my senses as I heard my mother calling out to me from the bottom of the steps. Kaiichi, it's a call from the bookstore. Bookstore? Can't think of why they're calling me. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway. My apologies for calling so late at night. It's me, Oishi, of Okiya, of the Okiyomiya bookshop. Oishi-san. Oh, it's Oishi-san. Sorry. Since your parents picked up, I said I was from the bookstore. It puts people off when I say I'm a police officer. Oishi-san was, in his own way, rather courteous. Even so, I didn't want my parents hearing me talk to the police. I brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed back up to my room on the second floor. Sorry for calling so late. That phone number on the piece of paper I gave you yesterday was the old number. My apologies. Can you copy down the number I'm about to give you? Yeah. Okay. He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down. I thought that was the end of it, and he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up. So, how has it been, Maebara-san? Did anything strange happen recently? I see. This was the real reason. You really beat around the bush there. His adult conversational skills left me slack-jawed. Are you from around here, Oishi-san? Yeah, I am. Born and raised in Okiyama. If he's from around here, you might know. Oishi-san, do you know what this Oni-kakushi thing is about? I believe that's when someone suddenly vanishes because they've been abducted by a demon. It's a special saying from around here. It was the same meaning as spirited away, like everyone else says. Whereas my friends would say they didn't know when I asked, this older man gave me a direct answer. It made me a bit happy that he answered me directly without trying to hide anything. Himurazawa was, not sure if I should tell you, this Maebara-san. Don't try to play it off. If you're not going to talk, then I'm not going to tell you anything. No. That's not what I meant. It's just, it may make you feel bad. You see, long ago, Himurazawa was feared as the village where demons reside. Demons? By demons, you mean those pitchfork-carrying things in hell? More like human-eating monsters. They'd go down to the village, snatching people up and gobbling them down. That kind of tale. Demons snatching up people. Is that what the Oni-kakushi really means? They say that the curse and being demoned away happen together. What does that mean? I already knew about the mysterious deaths happening 5 years in a row, but I didn't know there were people disappearing from the same 5 years. The curse and being demoned away happen together? First time I've heard of that. Is that how it is, Maebara-san? That's what I want to know. I heard Rena and Mion talking. They said that if it was really Oyashiro's curse, then both the curse and demon away what happened. Oishi-san began hemming and hawing about the other end of the receiver. Maybe something about that came to mind. Miyabara-san, do you know the first incident? Murder by dismemberment? Yeah. One of the six perpetrators is still on the run, right? Hypothetically. What if he isn't on the run, but was demoned away? Huh? It was an outrageous hypothesis from Oishi-san. The incident 4 years ago was the particularly ghastly one. The police already knew the perpetrators, so they posted tons of wanted posters with his face on them. They staked out various locations, investigated every possible escape route he had. But after 4 years, there wasn't even a hint of where he might be, unless the police were completely incompetent. Even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off. Then what about the incident the next year, when the man who was supported the project and his wife both died in an accident? Well, actually, it was only the husband who died in the accident. His wife's body never surfaced. Unless we find the body, then it's considered a missing person by law. At the time of the incident, the river below the cliff being muddy rapids, the police divers had searched every branch of the main stream of the river for dozens of miles. But in the end, they weren't able to find her body. But that's just them not being able to find the body. She's still dead, right? Isn't it different from her being demoned away? We're not saying someone is dead without their body, unless it's a certain number of years pass. By law, she's treated as still alive. I'm not sure if it was right to call that being demoned away. The wife is missing. At least that part was reality. How about the third year? The Shinto priest died of illness, and his wife committed suicide. Miyabara-san. That's exactly the exact same scenario. The woman had supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless marsh deep in the forest around Himazawa, meaning it's a circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note in front of the marsh. A diver was able to recover a few remnants, but they weren't able to find the body. The investigative headquarters believed that she had faked her death and was still alive somewhere. I'm not sure if we could call these cases as being demoned away. It's just as you've said, every year one person does go missing. The incident this year, the woman with Tamatake, has gone missing. Then what about the incident with the housewife beaten to death? Who went missing? I believe the perpetrator was caught, right? Yeah, we arrested him. He was just a miscreant with a record of narcotic abuse. He admitted to the crime while being questioned about a different incident. But, well, you see, after he was arrested, a a child from the victim's home went missing. It's still under investigation as to whether the disappearance had anything to do with the crime. But you said you caught him, right? Did he have an accomplice? No idea. It's considered a separate case. Moreover, we can't even check now, because while under investigation, that man, he died in his holding cell. He swallowed a sport and choked to death. It's not known whether it was accident or suicide. Meaning the last 5 years, there's always a person who dies and one who goes missing? That's about right. No, actually, I'm surprised as well. I never realized they had that in common. I couldn't believe that. This could happen. This could help lead to the closing of those incidents. It was just something they had in common. Could it be that those demoned away have something in common? Oishi-san mumbled as he seemed to be thinking about it. So I summarized the events. The first year was the dam employee. Second year was the wife of the dam project supporter. Third year was the wife and the Shinto priest. Fourth year was the victim's family's child. The fifth year was the victim's girlfriend. My guess. It doesn't seem like there's anything that connects them, with the exception of the first year. Wives and girlfriends. Those do stand out. It does seem like there are a lot. Then that means the fourth year's victim's child is different. It would have really stood out if it were all married couples, except it's not just married couples, but parents and children as well. Come to think of it, I believe Tamatake also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved, if I recall correctly. The child that went missing in the fourth year, who were they? Apparently, he was quite mature, 1 year older than you. His name was Satoshi Hojo-san. Satoshi? I remember that name. Didn't they tell me Satoshi transferred out last year? He was at your school until last year. Didn't they tell you anything about him? Come to think of it, when I transferred in, I believe they said my seat belonged to a recent transfer student. Where I sat once belonged to the one who was demoned away. It was his seat? I recalled the cold sensation that came from that desk. It made my hair stand up on end. This string of mysterious deaths. No, Oyashiro-sama's curse. I now knew how it connected to me. The chilling sensation. It was the feeling of Oyashiro-sama's caressing the back of my neck. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Could Oyashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it, and I was scared. That was why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by man and not work of a curse. But the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed. No, the more I dug, the more mysterious it became. If I kept digging, eventually I'd reach the point where I learned that something I really shouldn't know. To either be none the wiser or seek an answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? Maybe I'll be me. Maybe it'll be me next time. My execution could only be delayed for a year. That was when I remembered. Rena. Rena said she may be the next victim of the curse. You mean Rena Ryugu-san? She transferred in last year. And she's your classmate, isn't she? These incidents might be a bit too disturbing for a girl. She's not just scared, is she? It wasn't that. She said it might be her next. She said it in a way that made me think she had a concrete reason behind it. It felt like she was convinced. Almost as if, you could say, she was frightened. Her sudden change in demeanor. That someone who looked like Rena, but wasn't Rena. That might be unrelated. All the strange things I felt from Rena today came back to me. I see. Then I'll be doing a bit of investigating on this end. Please. I see. Then I'll be doing a bit of investigating on this end. Please continue your observations of Ryugu-san, Maebara-san. Are you asking me to keep Rena under surveillance? That's not what I mean, Maebara-san. Just want you to watch out for your friend, so she doesn't end up the next victim. At that moment, just as my mouth was agape, because I was so impressed with his mature and clever way of words. Knock, knock. A sudden knock at the door sent my heart racing. In an instant, I had pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver. Kaiichi, get the door, please. On the other side of the door, I heard my father's oddly upbeat voice. What could it be? It's so late. Sorry, Dad. Just came in. Can we leave it at this for tonight? No, sorry, my dad just came in. Can we leave it at this for tonight? Yeah, my apologies again for calling so late. If you can find out anything else, please let me know. I'll tell you if I make any progress on this end. Well then, have a pleasant evening. Kaiichi, hurry up and open up. Daddy's got his hands full. What is Dad doing? I had stayed in the same position while on the phone the whole time, so my joints were aching. I opened the door and saw my father was standing there with a tray. Well, on the tray, cookies and 2 cups of black tea. A fairly fancy spread for our household. There was even sugar and lemon slices on this side. Everything you could ask for. This is quite a show of hospitality. What's going on, Dad? What's all this for? Come now. Don't play around, Kaiichi. I'm coming in. Dad was in high spirits and had a smirk on his face. For his entire life, I've never seen him act this hospitable. What had gotten into him? So, what were you talking about? I jumped. It's not something I had to keep from my father, but how could I explain to him I was talking to a detective, I'm assuming he was, this late at night? Nothing much. Just a friend. I don't mean the phone. She was here, wasn't she? Rena-chan? That's spooky. What? She wasn't here. Come on now, don't try to keep it from me. She just came over to play. You two were chatting away, so I thought I'd bring some tea. But looks like I missed her. I have no idea. I have no idea what Dad was talking about. But a cold sweat dripped down my back. How long were we talking? Rena-chan went upstairs about after so. It was close to an hour, I guess. You saw her come up to the second floor? Yeah, I did. I also told her that you're in your room. I also told her that your room was the door down the hall up the stairs. Rena came to my house about an hour ago. Dad met her at the door, called out to me on the second floor. I probably didn't hear him because I was so focused on the conversation. Oishi. 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 There we go. Yo, what up, guys? This is getting really good, I gotta say. Wow, I didn't even notice. I've been deep into this freaking story that I didn't even notice you guys were in the chat. Sorry. That's me being a bad host. Oishi-san. I didn't reply, but he knew I was in my room, so he had her come inside. Then told her my room was on the second floor. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. Then about an hour passed. She passed by my dad just as he was bringing up tea and left. She came upstairs and about an hour passed. Then passed by my dad and returned home. Then she came upstairs and until she left, where was Rena? There's only a short hallway between my room and the stairs, meaning Rena had, for about an hour, in the hall. No, she couldn't have been standing in front of my door all that time. The door to my room wasn't particularly thick. You could easily hear everything being said inside. All the ominous things and all the nonsense I spoke to Oishi-san about began rushing through my head. Honey, don't tease him. More importantly, you need to clean up your studio. It's a mess again. Mom yelled up at Dad from downstairs. Dad left the tray with me and went downstairs with a disappointed Cordell. Oh, you thought I was getting some. Okay. No, something more terrifying. I followed my dad out the room with my eyes. I looked down at the floor around the door where Rena might stood at the time. Just now, as I was talking to Oishi-san, my back turned. Rena was standing a mere 6 feet away the whole time. All that time, in this dimly lit doorway? What did she see? What did she hear? For what reason? As the steam from the 2 teacups ominously wafted and twisted, the aroma of black tea filled my room. How are you happy, fun? Man, man, it's got dark as fucking up in this bitch. There's just, oh, you received new tips. Notice from the police chief. Oh, lies! That's the achievement I just got. Lies! Wow. Holy shit. Okay, that was a lot. But hey, guess what? And that's 2 chapters, and that means that's where we're going to have to end it. Actually, we just got a new tip. So before that, let's look at this notice, because now this is rather interesting. July 1st, 1982. 2 departments. Oh, this is about Satoshi. To the chief constable and all facility managers, according to case of situation in the village. Notice. In the case of Shinobone City, Hinazawa's village have been reported by a certain section of mass media. It's been drawn global attention, causing serious repercussions. Local resistance has become a serious, very serious situation. Protect blood. Fuck. Design classified. Okayama Station, 1982, case number X. Hinazawa Village, housewife murder. Okayama case number X. Hinazawa student disappearance. Non-disclosure of information. Okayama Station, 1979, case. Share station. Oh my god. Sheer National Park, following case. 21. Disappearance. Shinto and his wife requesting self-restraint from each organization concerning the release of sensitive information. Sheriff 123. 9. Police Affairs Department. Very interesting. Hello there, friend. Yeah, she was just there, standing, listening, observing. Hey, man, I should be the one observing her. Oh, hello, Nina. It seems like you came at just like the, a little bit too late, because I am ending the stream. So, if you guys did enjoy, please subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell button so you know when I'm uploading stuff or streaming, and leave it, like, share the streams when they happen, if you want, like, more people to, see it, check it out, hear my luscious voice tantalizingly tickle your cerebellum as this tale of intrigue, well, what was first a bunch of slice of life stuff is now intrigue. Yeah, just tickle your cerebellum, like, anyway, until next time, you cool peoples, keep that hype a-going. Have a good evening now.